Welcome to another edition of Calhoun County's Most Wanted. For those of you that watch each week, know that we ask for your help to locate some criminals and to solve some crimes. If you've not been here before, we hope you enjoy the show, and hopefully you see somebody that you know where they're at, and you can call us and we can take them off the streets and make our community a little safer. I got some bad news to start off with. I hate doing bad news, but for the past 15 years I've done a turkey fry at the sheriff's office where we've fried 200 to 300 turkeys for people in the community. We've fed Alabama Baptist Children's Home, which will be our guest today, and we've done other charitable events at Thanksgiving. Unfortunately, with the COVID, we just don't feel comfortable with frying several hundred turkeys. It takes a crew of 15, 20 people to do it. There'll be 100 people come in. It's just not a safe time to do it. Hopefully, next year we'll be back on track with a turkey fry, and because we really enjoy doing that for our citizens. It's just a good time. It gets the season kicked off where you do something good for somebody, and it just puts you in the mood for Christmas. And so we hate that we can't do it this year, but we'll get back to it next year. But while that being said, I want to give you some turkey frying tips. One of the things that we do with it is if you're going to attempt to fry your own turkey, you need to know what you're doing. That's the reason why we do it for everybody. But if you're going to fry a turkey, make sure you get it well away from your home or any other structures in case there's a fire. Make sure that turkey is completely thawed out. If it's not thawed out and you put it in that hot grease, it's going to boil over, it's going to hit those flames, it's going to start a fire. If it does start a fire, do not put water on a grease fire. It makes it worse. So really, if you're going to fry one, look at some YouTube channels. You can go to FEMA. They have a place where you can find out how to fry turkeys, believe it or not. But just be very careful, and we want you to have a happy Thanksgiving and a Merry Christmas. And just remember, serving others will bring you more joy than you could ever get. We'll be right back with our lineup.
On March 13th, 2020, Governor Ivey declared a public health emergency for our state. At that same time, Alabama's price gouging law went into effect. If an item is sold for more than 25% or higher than the average price within the last 30 days, then this would be price gouging, and it's illegal. This crime is punishable by a fine up to $1,000, and that individual or business could be prohibited from operating a business in Alabama. Alabama's Attorney General Steve Marshall stated, Alabamians should be on guard against those who seek to prey upon them through price gouging of commodities and services as a direct result of the public health emergency. Furthermore, those who seek to profit during the time of emergency through price gouging will be subject to the law. Attorney General Marshall has also joined forces with eBay, Amazon, and Facebook to put a stop to price gouging. Alabamians can file a consumer complaint with the Attorney General's office or with the BBB. Or you can call me, Nancy Hilton, at the Calhoun County Sheriff's Office for more information at 256-236-6600.
Welcome to this week's lineup of Calhoun County's Most Wanted. Tony Davis of Weaver, Alabama, wanted for probation violation of receiving stolen property, 2nd degree. Shakori Cross of Anniston is wanted for failure to appear on possession of marijuana, 1st degree. Brittany Seal of Lincoln, probation violation for theft of property, 1st degree. Christopher McFry of Piedmont, failure to appear on burglary, 3rd. Bradley Fincher of Montford, wanted for probation violation for possession of a controlled substance. Anthony Patterson of Anniston, Alabama, wanted for probation violation for robbery, 3rd degree. If you know the whereabouts of any of these people, please call us at the Sheriff's Office at 256-236-6600. We need your information, just not your name. Welcome back to Calhoun County's Most Wanted, TV show where we try to solve crimes and arrest criminals off our street. This week, we've arrested 2 people. That brings our count up to 4,668 people put in jail, all because you were willing to help us. This is definitely a community event. we're not successful if you don't tell us information and trust us. So it goes back and forth. You've got to trust us, and we've got to prove to you that we're worthy of being trusted. And so far, you've never let us down on a rest. So thank you for watching, and thank you for helping us. This week, we're here with Alabama Baptist Children's Home Area Director Amber Albright.
Thank you so much for having me.
I'm glad you're on the show. You know, give you a little story about my story about the Alabama Baptist Children's Home. Is we had something tragic happen at the sheriff's office. It didn't involve kids, but a guy named Ted Embry.
Oh, yes.
In 2005, I got to meet him because of that tragic situation, and he is such a godly, good man. And if anybody's ever met Ted Embry, they know what kind of good person he is.
Oh, yes, for sure.
He's definitely a wonderful person. And out of that, our turkey fry I was talking about earlier, we have donated turkeys and food as just a gesture to all the foster families, to give them a little thanks for what they do for taking care of those children.
Oh, yes.
For y'all. But
they have certainly appreciated it, and we were disappointed this year, but completely understand.
well, hopefully next year we will be able to get back to the turkey fry and try to raise some money for them. But
Sure.
if you could tell us a little bit about the Alabama Baptist Children's Home.
So the Alabama Baptist Children's Home is a nonprofit agency that provides care for children in foster care. And so we do that several ways. We have here in Oxford, we have a campus care home that is for boys. We currently have 4 boys in that home, but we're anticipating adding a 5th before the holiday season gets started. And so what that means is they can stay there until DHR or their plan is complete, whether that's return back to parent, return to a relative, or they may end up graduating with us, and we will help them get through college.
Wow.
And so we also have foster homes in the community as well. Each office, we have various locations throughout the state, and each office licensed within a 60-mile radius. And so we have, and through our Oxford office, we have about 20 homes that are licensed.
Wow.
Not all of them are currently full, but we've had a lot of adoptions this year. And we just finished foster parent classes last night. And so we're anticipating having about 4 couples join us.
Just because all your foster family homes aren't filled doesn't mean there's not a great need for foster families.
This is true. Some families choose to take a break, or they've had to put a pause.
Life happens.
Life happens. COVID happened. So they've had to pause. But there is a tremendous need. In the state of Alabama, there are over 6,000 children in foster care. To my knowledge, there's about over 300 children in foster care just in Calhoun County.
Well, and at last I knew that a lot of times they were having to ask people to foster children that didn't live in, they were so full that they were having to ask people in different counties, and that's not optimal for these children.
It is not, because the plan is reunification for these parents. The parents do deserve a chance and an opportunity to work services and have the children come back into their home. And so when you have children that are out of county, 2-3 hours away, that puts a damper and a hardship on them being able to have those visits, have the time and energy to spend with their children and work that plan.
So the Alabama Baptist Children's Home, you say you teach classes.
Yes.
So to become a foster parent, you have to go through these classes.
You
and
do.
And as a children's home, the only one that does it?
Oh, no. So we are a team of 3 right now, and we have a foster parent co-teacher. She's actually our admin assistant. She helps co-teach, and then me and one other social worker teach the classes. And so we did 10 weeks. They're 10 weeks long, 3 hours each week. So you're invested. It's 30 hours total. Plus you have to go through CPR, first aid, water safety. We have to do a home inspection. We have to do background checks. So it's pretty intensive.
As it probably should be.
It should be.
If you don't take care of somebody's child.
Yes. You know, when you become a parent, you don't have all those things, but taking care of other people, we're entrusting you with their lives.
And
so.
there should be those safeguards and training and check. But the Baptist Children's Home is a great community partner, and we really appreciate everything that they do. And I want to talk more about what they do in the community and how you might be different from just other foster homes.
Sure.
But we got to take a break, so we'll be back in just a few minutes with the second half of the lineup and more about the Alabama Baptist Children's Home. Welcome to the second half of Calhoun County's Most Wanted lineup. Jamarcus Kirksey of Weaver, wanted for distribution of a controlled substance. Heather Freeman of East Aboga, wanted on a bond revocation for trafficking in methamphetamines, possession of controlled substance, possession of marijuana second, and possession or use of drug paraphernalia. Joseph Burton of Anniston, Alabama, wanted for failure to appear for distribution of a controlled substance. Alicia Wells of Anniston, wanted for a probation violation, assault second. Angel Dothard of Mumford, wanted for possession of a controlled substance, failure to pay. Clifford Thomas of Gainesville, Georgia, wanted for failure to appear on possession of a forged instrument, first degree, obstruction of justice using false identity. If you have any information about the whereabouts of these people, please call the Sheriff's Office at 256-236-6600. We need your information, just not your name. Hopefully you saw somebody in the lineup that you know where they're at. You can give us a call and we can give them a haul. We'll give them straight to jail and get them off the streets and hopefully make our community a little bit safer. But we're back for the second part of the Alabama Baptist Children's Home, which again, I got introduced to that through Ted Embry, and he's such a wonderful man, and he inspired me to do something back for them. So hopefully this show, people watching maybe will become a foster parent or find a way to serve.
Oh yeah, there's all sorts of ways to be involved, not just fostering. There is volunteer work. We have such a large campus. We have our office on Friendship Road and then our house, and the amount of acres between the two is like 20 to 30, and so there's always grass to be mowed. And if physical labor is not up your alley, we also have things that can be done around our office. We have volunteer groups that come in and help assist with like cleaning. It's a really big house, and so
I can give them an address if there's somebody needs to help clean another house. But I tell people this all the time: is find a way to serve somebody else.
Yes.
And it sounds like, well, I got stuff I got to do, but if you're depressed, if you got something going on, I'm telling you, if you go out and go do something for the good of somebody else without asking for anything in return, it does something for your soul.
It does.
Especially when you're helping children.
Oh, yes.
But hopefully somebody will watch this show and realize, hey, I want to serve, I want to do something for these children in the Alabama Baptist Children's Home. But it is Alabama, and it is, so you have homes.
We have homes.
So you have homes. So what makes the Alabama Baptist Children's Home the Alabama Baptist Children's Home? So what do you do for these children other than fostering? What is it y'all do on a daily basis to help these children's lives?
So our mission is to nurture, protect, and restore children and families through Christ-centered services. And what makes us different is that we are a faith-based ministry. We see this as a ministry, not just being a foster home or a campus care home, where we are pouring into these children's lives.
So it's not about making money as much as it's about being a ministry.
No, for sure. We want what is best for them. We want to see them have a safe home, a safe place to sleep and grow and have food, but we also want to share Lord with them. And we don't always get to see if they've accepted Christ, but we're planting seeds, and that's what it's all about.
Well, you never know when you're that person. You never know when it's that contact where somebody comes back years later and says, what you did changed my life.
Right.
Whether it be directly or indirectly, everybody has somebody in their life that's helped them or hurt them. I tell people you can learn from anybody. It might be don't do what they did. So a lot of these children see what they shouldn't be doing.
Right.
But showing somebody how they should live, how God can impact their life and help them. And they see it directly through people serving them and taking care of them. So you never know when that contact would be something that'll take somebody who might have spent their life in misery, in and out of jail, or a shortened life because of their lifestyle, where these contacts can make the next person that might solve cancer.
Yes.
Or make a difference. And that's a dramatic way to state it, but somebody who just might make a difference in somebody else's life.
Right.
Be a teacher.
We have the chance to change the trajectory of their life, and we have had. I was recently told of a story of a man that lived in our Decatur campus care home, and he drove by, and he recently stopped in and was like, "I just want to say thank you for what you have done. You impacted my life, even though we weren't the ones there those 40 years ago, but it changed him and helped establish a new path for his life."
What we want is productive citizens
Yes.
who go out and do positive things for each other. We're put here on this earth for each other and to serve each other.
Right.
And in today's world, you see a lot of negativity through social media, which I think is going to be the end of our country if we don't start treating people better.
Right.
But in person, making those contacts, being that kind person, I thank you for what you do, and I thank the Alabama Baptist Children's Home for what they do.
Oh, thank you so much.
Again, if somebody wants to volunteer,
Give monetarily, pray, just be a supporter, they can call us at our office.
all right, what's that number?
It's 256-831-4081, or they can find more information about our agency on our website at alabamachild.org.
Well, what comes to my mind is people that go to church and they're in small groups. This would be a great ministry for a small group for people that goes to church and wants to serve.
Yes.
That would be a great place for people in small groups and churches to volunteer and to help and have a ministry. Like I said, ours has been, we've given toys and we've given money and we've given food, but I still feel like we should do more, but it is such a wonderful organization, and
Thank you.
Y'all do a wonderful job, and thank you for that.
Well, we couldn't do it without the community support, so.
Well, I hope the children in your care have a wonderful Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Thank you.
We'll be back with a property crime section of Calhoun County's Most Wanted. Welcome back to Calhoun County's Most Wanted. This is the section of the show where we ask for your help to solve some property crimes. Between October the 20th and November the 10th, somebody broke and entered a residence on Anniston Beach Road, stole a steel weed eater and chainsaw and 3 patio chairs. On November the 12th, around 2 a.m., an unknown person burglarized a business on Highway 78 East. Damage was made to the front door. They got away with cash and checks. Between October the 9th and the 23rd, a Doosan air compressor was stolen from a location near Interstate 20 and Airport Road in Oxford. On November the 13th, a report was filed for burglary at a storage building at a residence on Highway 204. An air compressor was taken. Between November the 7th and 16th, a residence located on Gate 5 Road in Alexandria was burglarized. A box containing cash and documents were stolen. If you have any information to help us solve these crimes, please call the Sheriff's Office at 256-236-6600. Again, we need your information, just not your name.
Stupid! You're so stupid!
All right, welcome back to the ending of our show, Crazy Criminal. Every week we try to come up with something that's a little bit different, and this week we're going to talk about some flatulence. Yes, Christopher Ragsdale of Wichita, Kansas, was in his living room with his girlfriend and when he passed gas. And to make it worse was she had another girl there with her, a guest in their home, so he's passing gas in his living room with his girlfriend and her friend. Apparently manners wasn't on his list that day, and when his girlfriend started complaining of how bad his flatulence smelled, he began to headbutt her and choke her. It's so bad that the friend tried to break it up and wasn't able to do that, so she had to call 911, and Christopher was arrested for domestic violence because his girlfriend complained about how bad his fart stunk. If you're going to go to jail, you might want to make something different. If he's in jail and somebody says, hey, what are you in for? He might want to make something different up than I beat my girlfriend up because she complained about how my fart stunk. So anyway, we appreciate you watching Calhoun County. That's our Crazy Criminal of the Week. Just remember, We want you to have a happy Thanksgiving, and stay tuned for our show. And if you have any information, call us at the Sheriff's Office at 256-236-6600. We hope to see you next week, just hopefully not in the lineup. Thank you for watching.